Welcome to R&R's Ask the Expert. I'm your host, Mildred Ingram, R&R's editor-in-chief, and today I'm joined by special guest Gabriel Peterson. Gabriel is the winner of R&R's 2023 Inaugural Technician Award, which is our newest award celebrating restoration technician professionals, giving them the industry-wide visibility they deserve for the very hard and noble work that they do. As this is the award's first year, Gabriel rose to the top of a very impressive list of 14 finalists. All nominations were reviewed by a panel of judges based on thoroughness of entry, job growth and future reach, and industry leadership, as well as involvement, and last but certainly not least, commitment to colleagues and customers. Gabriel, thank you for joining us.
And thank you for having me.
So, Gabriel, let's start with your role at Lightspeed Restoration. What are your high-level objectives and day-to-day responsibilities?
Overall, I lead projects first and foremost, lead technician. But it's safety first, so I'm kind of like setting the tone for the day. Safety first, and we want to bring indoor air quality to all our clients in various ways, of course. So that's like overall. I'm assuming that's what we do, what I do.
Yeah, of course. And so can you offer maybe like an overview of Lightspeed Restoration, maybe like services and, locations or whatnot?
Yeah, so we are open in the area of Northern Virginia,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of covering Alexandria all the way down to Spotsylvania County. In
Okay.
between there's Prince William County, Fairfax County. And so, we are a small team right now, 9 staff member team, and we do radon mitigation. We do air duct cleaning, commercial and residential. We specialize in water, mold, and odor control as well,
Oh,
and fire. So,
that's
we offer quite a bit. Yeah.
that's perfect. Yeah, like we do a little bit of everything, a little bit of
Yeah.
everything. So, can you share your impressive list of certifications and awards with us?
Yeah. So, I have a couple like minor, I guess you would call certifications, but the main four I have are air specialist, air systems cleaning specialist. That's for the air duct cleaning. Also a mold certified mold remediator.
Hmm.
I'm also a certified water mitigator, and just recently I got my certification for mold inspector. So those are the four right now that help me do what I do today. Yeah.
Okay. So, how did you end up where you are today? Like, what was your path to restoration and through it?
So it I never thought I would be in restoration. Not that I was scared of it, but I just never thought about it, right?
Yeah.
So of course I started out as HVAC, and when I got the call, I was out of work at the time,
Hmm.
and I was pursuing a HVAC job. I had been working HVAC for several years just as a helper,
Hmm.
and turns out after I got my schooling and my license for refrigeration, I did an internship. And it just so happened that it was during the winter time, so they didn't see a need to keep me around after the
Oh, yeah.
internship. And not long after that, I got the call from Dan, and the rest is history. So it was unexpected, but it kind of felt good because I like to get dirty, work my hands. So
Okay. So, what areas of restoration do you consider to be maybe like your specialty?
specialty probably number one will probably be air duct cleaning, but as far as restoration side, it would be probably mold.
Okay.
Um, always uh, room for improvement, but I would say mold is what I'm most comfortable with.
Okay. So, what aspects of your work do you enjoy most and why?
Um, Without sounding cliche, I enjoy the most is seeing the smile on the customer's face. Second after that will be, and it's right up there, it's neck and neck, will be to see work done, accomplished. when you see the before pictures and it's looking gross,
Hmm.
when we get in there and we clean it, we remediate, we restore it back to a clean state, that brings a sense of pride. So I enjoy those two things are probably like the top of the list, the customer and finished work.
Okay. So what about maybe, excuse me, particular projects? Is there a most memorable project that stands out in your mind?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
One in particular, thinking about this project, it embodied a lifespan of what you go through on the restoration side. So,
Okay.
you had your ups and your downs. So this is what makes it most memorable for me because it was a home that probably should have been condemned, but we were able to get in there after years of letting it sit, rotten wood, molded wood. We were able to get in there with multiple teams, gut from attic to basement, the
Wow.
whole house. Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Tons of trash, tons of um, wiping with chemicals and cleaning and vacuuming. So that was the most memorable just because from start to finish, it kind of embodied a lifespan of what you do on a daily basis at a restoration company.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're going to move on to the topic of growth. So,
Okay.
as mentioned, your beginnings were in HVAC, and then within like 7 years, you've grown your skills in the restoration industry, like diversifying your skill and knowledge. But that's not the only education growth that you've been arming yourself with. You're also learning to be an estimator, which you mentioned as well. Can you kind of elaborate on it?
Yeah. So the field work I've been doing for going on 8 years,
Mhm.
early next year. Now I'm transitioning to being an estimator, and I'm tagging along with the estimators we have now,
Mhm.
and that's helping me learn more just to see what they do, even the mistakes. They're communicating to me. Of course, getting that certification is giving me that knowledge that I need to do the job, and just practicing. Hey, I might tell someone, hey, send me a practice estimate. Let me write it up. Let me learn to write it up, and I'll do it to help me get comfortable. Because not in arrogance, but I've communicated with the customer. I
Right.
go in there, I see them face to face a lot, so I'm comfortable with that side. But just the fact of sitting down on the computer, typing it up, make sure that verbiage is correct. Um, I've just been practicing and trying to get better at that to help further the company.
Wow. And yourself. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah.
So, what would you say are some key ways you've elevated your own knowledge and skill set? So that's one of them, kind of like that's like a ride along situation. So, I mean, are there any other ways that you've maybe done that?
Well, just with the initiative with after taking the courses for inspector,
Mm-hmm.
estimator, I kind of try to review that work, just that book knowledge of it as well. Um, I try to review that and I try to stay up to beat with, learning new words because a lot of it is just verbiage. Um, Interface with the customer, how to be watching videos of expert salesmen,
Mm-hmm.
just trying to come correct, so I take that initiative on my own to do those things so that I can, be a better asset.
Okay. So, can you talk more about the active role that you play in going above yourself and helping your colleagues grow? I heard that you were really big on
Oh yes, yes. Like they
that.
say, teamwork make the dream work. I
Yep.
love teamwork. And I don't necessarily have to lead the team. I love when we're working together, right? So, I guess to better answer that, I just try to communicate. I think communication is key. How I communicate, learning the individual. See, we get that time from the warehouse to the job to
Hmm.
just talk, and I can get a sense of who the person I'm working with is,
Right.
and I can sense how to communicate with them on the job and outside of the job. So that's little things that kind of because I'm a people person. even though I'm kind of like I'm maybe quieter type, but I'm a people person, so it's not something that I kind of intentionally do. But I think being in the role that I am in,
Hmm.
I've become to take notice in that, to try to invest in people, and I think that is the ground level for building them up. Helping them lead projects, helping them be more comfortable. So I think communication has a lot to do with that.
Okay. So what advice would you have for maybe other younger people or other people in general considering a career of their own in the restoration industry who aren't already a part of the industry?
Advice, know yourself, right?
Hmm.
Be honest with yourself, because everybody's not hands-on. Everybody's not willing to put on a suit, get dirty, um, be exhausted often. So number one is, evaluate yourself
Right.
before you get in this field. Then, see what skills you bring to the table. Hey, you may not be uh the field guy. You may be in sales,
Hmm.
but the advice I would say is, evaluate yourself so that you can bring your best. You want to be an asset, not a hindrance to a company. So, think about those things before you get into this line of work, because you're going to be exhausted. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, but take pride in your work. You know, Whatever you do, just take pride in it.
Okay. So then what advice would you have for other technicians already working in the restoration industry and are looking to advance in their careers as you have?
So on the same lines, but also, see what I guess what best suits them, right?
Yeah.
Um, when they looking to excel in this company, you got to be in it for like the long run, right? It's a mindset, you know. Is your mind to work here to grow the company, or is it just a job you want to get out? So if you're looking to further yourself, take time to learn what you need to learn, study, you know, take initiative. Most owners and managers, they really appreciate those that take initiative. Take initiative to want to excel. Show them that you're worth not only keeping around but bumping up. you know, uh,
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
uh, so you just make sure you're giving 100% effort. Without sounding cliche, give 100% effort. It's going to be seen.
Yeah.
Like even now, and I'm sorry if I'm going off, but to
Mm-mm.
get this award is it makes you feel good because it's like all the work that you put in didn't go unnoticed,
Yep.
and sometimes it feels like that in any job, but especially restoration, it feels like that because you're busy and they're trying to keep work coming in and you're trying to do the work. But if you keep putting that effort in, trust me, you're going to be sane. You're going to excel.
Okay. So last but not least, can you share a little bit with us about yourself outside of work? What you do in your free time, any hobbies, anything?
So, so I am married and I have two kids. So you're going to be able to see that my hobbies are kind of gendered toward my kids now. But I
Yeah.
do, I do, I do. I go to church, of course. That's something I do outside of work. I do play basketball,
Hmm.
and I have taken up, maybe not as consistent as I should be, but working out, workout. But yeah, it's other than that. I'm really just with the kids. I'm a busy man. I do a lot like with the youth.
Hmm.
I work with the youth, and I help some of the older people I know in my community. So which may not be a thing of like fun, but it's something I enjoy doing because I'm helping. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
me in a
so a lot of
nutshell.
so some community service and playing with the kid. I'm a mother myself. I have a son and then I have a daughter on the way. So
Okay.
I completely understand. Like the weekends, I'm just like, man, what are we gonna do? Children's festival, let's go, you know?
Right, right. Right.
Yeah, so I completely get it. Okay. Well, Gabriel, we thank you for your time and your insight. And congratulations again on being the winner of the Technician Award. You are so deserving. And before we go, where can our listeners connect with you or learn more about Lightspeed Restoration?
Lightspeedrestoration.com.
Mhm.
You can visit our site there. You can see a lot of the team members that work there, and you can see what we're about there as well.
Okay. Well, thank you. Then listeners and viewers, you can also learn more about our winner in our November eMag. We will have this published there. Please keep your eyes open and your ears peeled for nominations for next year. And for more insights on restoration remediation and the people behind it all, visit our website, rnrmagonline.com, also Apple and Spotify. And if you haven't yet, be sure to follow the podcast to keep up with our latest episodes, and give us a quick review, please, and a rating. We are also on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook, so we invite you to follow us there too. This has been another awesome episode of Ask the Expert. Thanks for listening.